Don here with Hughes Easels again, and now I'm going to actually demonstrate to you the Model 4000. This is probably the most popular easel that we sell. Reason being is it's the largest easel we make that will work in an 8-foot ceiling, has canvas capability of going up to 6 feet high, has a double mast system, which is nice if you were doing a long painting. You have 2 fastening points, or let's say you were doing 2 small paintings, and one was this high and one was this high. Well, with these clips, you could actually have a little 20 by 24 down here, and you could have maybe a 36 by 40 here. So you could work on both paintings at one time. Another thing that people like about this model with this double mast is if you're working on a still life or a portrait, you can actually put the painting off to one side so that you're painting over here and be able to see your model or your still life. Has all the same features as the Model 3000 and all the other models actually. We use the saw teeth that grip the canvas. Our top clips are all reversible, meaning that you can actually take them off, flip them over. Now you have the traditional lip. You can put them back on. Put the pin back. Has the 2 pins in the front for the tray, so you can fold the tray down to paint off of the canvas. It's a feature that I think is a really unique feature. They have a clip here which actually locks this carriage to this other carriage, these 2 aluminum clips. This gives a lot more stability so that the 2 carriages aren't flapping together. Let's say we wanted to do a taller canvas. Right now I could lock in about a 48-inch canvas on here, but let's say I wanted to do a 5-foot or a 6-foot canvas. You bring these 2 clips down. We have the locking pin, which on the side here, it's inserted. There's a series of holes on this side every 4 inches so that you can lock it in any position. We're going to lock it here. We're going to pull this brass pin, one on the other side. With that carriage locked, now we're going to lift this out. We have 1 set of holes here at 5 feet, or we'll take it all the way up to where we can do a 6-foot painting. This pin in. Now, once we have that locked, we take our aluminum clips and bring them back so that we get our stability back. That's locking the 2 carriages together. We remove our locking pin, and now, if we have ceilings permitting, this would take about probably an 11-foot ceiling to do a 6-foot painting at eye level, 40 inches off the floor, 50. Actually, it raises it to 50 inches off the floor, 48 if you had the casters off of it. Or you can move it down, paint the top. Still has your left and right movement. On the 4000, we actually give you another foot of mainframe so that you have more sideways movement. This allows you to stay in the middle and repeat your colors from one end of the canvas to the other. Let me bring this down to normal height again. Again, we're going to lock it. Whenever you make an adjustment here, it's very wise to always lock this carriage from movement so that you don't pull 2 pins and stuff comes together and you get your fingers pinned. So always try to keep it locked when you're making an adjustment or taking a canvas and putting it on or taking it off. We're going to loosen these 2 up, bring these down. Back down to its normal height. Once we've done that, we can remove our pin. Like all the other Hughes easels, put these clips back. We do have a tilting mechanism on the top that's behind here, and there's a tilting mechanism on the bottom. We can bring this out for reducing glare, or if you're working with pastels, it gives you about 15 degrees. Take this back. And the way the counterbalance system works, depending on what size painting you put on here, whether it's heavy or if it's light. If it's heavy, when you put the painting on there, this is going to float to the bottom because of the weight. If it was lifted, it'll come back down. So we supply you with counterbalance weights. There's two different lengths. There's a 10-inch and then there's the 6-inch. These are very easily put on here, thank you, which counterbalances the painting. Now you can see with that little weight on there, this thing just goes up by itself. But if we had a painting on here that weighed 10 pounds, it wouldn't move at all. Let me take that back off. As you can see in this model, it really covers a lot of bases. Not only can you do tall stuff, you can bring these clips all the way down. You could actually do a 6-inch tall painting in here if you wanted. Some things that some people do also is they'll take and maybe have a small painting here. Well, let's raise this one up. We can take this one and actually take it off. We bring it over here on this side. Sometimes people will put a small painting in here, and if they got another small painting, they'll put it in here. This allows them to work on this painting, and bring it down to work on this painting. It really covers a lot more bases than some of the other models do. So again, this is the Model 4000, and I think it's got about every feature that you'd ever need on it.